I was thinking about Lilith energy, and I kind of have an analogy for it, for anyone who's kind of having a hard time wrapping their head around it. Now, I'm not into celebrity worship or idolization at all, but I kind of think of Lilith energy a little bit like Angelina Jolie, um, because the idea of Angelina Jolie is that she herself is not scary, but she does seem very empowered in her femininity and in her sexuality. Also a bit mysterious, but also unapologetic about her sexuality and about her feminine aspects and her ability, like her sexual appeal, but also the idea of her of being like the strong woman who speaks out about, abuse or challenges she's faced, even like dark taboo topics that she's talked about and has even engaged with. Kind of makes me think of Lilith as well, because Lilith energy to me is kind of a mix of Pluto, Venus, and Uranus, because Pluto in the aspect of like our secret desires, maybe repressed sexuality, and sexual topics, along with Venus, our repressed desires. Also, the idea of like a patriarchal system kind of oppressing feminine desires, because of just society, definitely plays a role in Lilith, because it is connected to the society as well. And so depending on where you have Lilith in your chart, it makes you feel like your experiences in that house make you feel like you can't express some of those like empowered feminine aspects. So think of it like your inner Angelina Jolie, if you relate to that. For example, I have Lilith in my third house. And so for me, talking about taboo topics, even like sexuality and the way I express myself while communicating, and, even just repressing things in my own thoughts based off of what I've experienced in society. And even growing up, the third house has to do with early childhood education and peers. So it kind of represses that inner Angelina Jolie, this like really cool character, this like cool black cat energy, because it is a bit intimidating to people, but it doesn't make it dark. And I think that's a good way to think of Lilith. Is not like some dark, evil, demonic energy. It really is just this inner empowerment that we have. But if we don't access that inner empowerment and express it, like think of it like Angelina Jolie doesn't want to be kept in this little box and not to be seen. So if we don't express it, then it can start to turn into some of the darker aspects like jealousy and manipulation, and come out in very negative ways. So that's why it's very Plutonic in that way too, because Pluto is like our inner empowerment energy. And if we don't know how to access it, and if we let like our repressions kind of sink in, and have like these deep secrets that we feel shame from, because Lilith also has to do with that. I mean, the character Lilith, or the deity or entity or whatever, has been really demonized over all of these years. So it's kind of like the same thing with like celebrity culture. Like we don't really know the person personally. So we have all these ideas of how they are. And that's kind of what Lilith is mixed into, is having this shame over other people's ideas of us, and perception of us. And we need to release that shame and not hide it, so that we can feel that empowerment of that Lilith energy. And I'm talking about Black Moon Lilith. There is an asteroid Lilith, which is a little bit different. But yeah, where is Lilith in your chart? I can tell you a little bit more about how you can unlock that inner black cat energy, and not, have your repressions turn into negative emotions that come out in negative ways. And if you're interested in an evolutionary astrology reading where I connect you to your past, present, and future, so you can be the driver in your own life with confidence, you can look in the link in my bio.